I broke out a glass. Sam's encouraging me to start rotating the glasses, so we're trying to figure out how to do that. One of the ones that was hibernating was from an artist I really like called Permanent Hangover.
Ooh.
Um, this is Drink with Me Elmo.
Nice.
I'm drunk. Permanent Hangover is also the one that did the Oscar the Grouch "We All Feel Like Trash Sometimes" shirt that I occasionally wear. He'll do
Nice.
stuff like it'll show like an old style picture of Bert from Bert and Ernie, like, and it's like, I only drink IPAs, and like IPA spelled out, and it's like supposed to be like, words for each letter.
EYEPEE.
Yeah, but instead it says like, I seriously need help. This is a call for help, and then, like, it's good.
Yeah.
Just go to permanenthangover.com for all of our listener out there. Go to permanenthangover.com. Some cool stuff there.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll start because I just
that's a real thing though. Like for adults, I'm sure there's a lot of people listening to this who have like glasses and shit that they don't ever touch. Like you just open up your cupboards or your bar or whatever it is. Like we just moved the bar from Toddy's office back out into our living room. And that's actually why I'm using a one that was
the mug. Yeah, I saw the mug.
Yeah. It's from when we were in Boston. We went to the Cheers bar, and I was like, I love this mug, but I'm sad to say I had totally forgotten about it.
Yeah.
You gotta rotate them.
I mean, I've got probably 200. Not maybe not 200. I've got like probably 100, 150 glasses that I just like.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
So half of your moving truck was glasses.
Yeah. Oh, lots and lots of boxes of glasses. Hell yeah. But yeah, like that's a. By the way, do you know the name of the glass you have? When we're talking glasses.
I have no idea.
That's a Tubinger mug.
Tubinger?
Yep.
Tubinger mug.
Or maybe Tubinger.
Okay.
T-U with an umlaut, Binger. Ethan, you're the most well-read.
I think in German it would be Tubinga.
Tubinga?
Yeah. Well, the umlaut means you have to like move it kind of forward in your mouth, so it'd be like Tubinga.
Okay. All right.
I think that's my educated guess. Yeah.
I didn't know what the umlaut meant.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm trying to think of a famous word with an umlaut, and of course
Uber.
In this moment I can't. Oh, okay, yeah. So like you don't say like Uber, it's like Uber. Like über alles. If you were actually speaking German, yeah, just the umlaut. Yeah, you like push everything forward.
Okay.
So anybody who knows more, who listens, is welcome to give us a 1-star review and about our German pronunciation. That's fine.
Well, I've got it's called Lolly Cake.
Okay.
It's from the New Zealand Hops Week at Other Half. My box, which was supposed to deliver yesterday, I had to pick it up today at the UPS store. Thank you, UPS man. He waited like 60 seconds and then left.
Oh,
so
really?
My beers had to spend an extra 24 hours in the hottest freaking day of the year on a brown cooker box truck.
Oh.
I was disproportionately mad yesterday about it. Like I was very bad for the rest of the night about it. Like I was like trying to tell Sam, like, Other Half doesn't ship it until like 10 o'clock on Monday night, so that it's supposed to get here on Tuesday. It's supposed to be on the truck as least amount of time as possible. Sometimes I've even gotten boxes that are still kind of cold. Like, oh, gee. First world fucking fat beer snob problems. So
it almost I've even gotten beer that's still cold.
It almost sounded a little Randy Marsh-ish, like when he goes "Gall." Like that was kind of like when your voice, yeah, that's kind of what that made me think of. Like Sharon, yeah.
Not a lot of Randy in the last episode, but just leading the charge about religion in schools, right? Doesn't want Jesus in schools.
But it was an incredible episode, though. Oh my god, it was an instant classic, all-time masterpiece.
What's the
stream did you watch? Oh, Paramount Plus.
And I used an illegal website that I learned about from Yulia.
basically, here's the gist. 24 hours after they signed a $1.5 billion contract with Paramount Plus, they released an album or an episode absolutely skewering Paramount,
Just
just
destroying them
destroying them.
for everything with
And
Colbert.
for the
Yeah, right.
Colbert
Okay. Yeah.
stuff, for their kowtowing to Trump,
Yep.
Yeah.
for their lack of a backbone. Also, I mean, the stuff with the Skydance merger, right? Like
Yes.
the fact that I don't even know. I don't. No one's seen the terms of the merger, but it's been said that it includes $20 million of free pro-Trump programming.
Oh,
That they're
really? I
going
don't
to
think I
do.
saw that.
Oh, that was the impetus for the
The
PSA at the end of the
PSA.
show.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's why
Yeah.
they did that. Yeah. But I even and I don't know if this is true. This is just the internet talking. But I read a website saying that Trey and Matt are playing 4D chess. They did that on purpose because they were trying to get Trump so angry that he'd blow up the merger.
Oh,
Um, but
that would be
uh,
funny.
obviously he didn't. Trump himself was oddly quiet about the whole thing.
Yeah, the
The
White House released a statement, which is kind
Yeah,
of crazy that they released a statement about a fucking cartoon, but
but his orbit, Republicans in his orbit were, it's blasphemous. Yeah,
oh, it
you
was so
liked it
good.
when it was, you loved it when it was skewering woke culture. So now that
Yeah.
it's back on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, such fucking hypocrites.
But anyway,
Yes.
I digress. Colin, what are you drinking? I need to know what you and Ethan are drinking. It looks like Ethan's drinking a
I've
soda pop.
I've definitely had this on the pod before, but it's been a long time because I haven't been to Ocean Isle in 3 years, I think.
Cool can art.
Labor Day of 2022 was the last time I had been there before June. And so we went back for the first time since my parents had sold their beach house, and I got Kamana Wanaleya. I say that right?
Yeah, that's I don't know. We don't have any Hawaiian pronouncers here, just German.
And since the island of Hawaii was saved from the tsunami that came through yesterday, I thought it was appropriate that I would drink in their honor today.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I actually
What
had a friend in Hawaii. Like that was nuts.
crazy.
8.8 earthquake.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's the sixth strongest ever.
Ever
Holy
recorded,
fuck.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember,
Jesus.
right, the scale, and I'm forgetting what the scale now, but like
Richter scale, right?
Richter? Yeah.
scale, like every it's a logarithmic, right? So like every point up is 10 times stronger than the previous point, right? So
Oh.
Wow.
like an 8 is 10 times stronger than a 7, right? So a 9 is 10 times stronger than an 8.
Holy
I believe.
shit. Okay. That's nuts.
Yeah. So Ethan,
Yeah.
what do you got?
I'm just drinking an NA tonight. It's a new one I decided to try that was at the local grocery store that had good reviews. I decided to try it. It's called Groovy is the name of the brand. GRU with an umlaut, interestingly, VI. And this is their hazy called Juicy Days with a Z, Juicy Days IPA. It's good. It's very solid as far as the NAs go that I've tried. I would say Go Brewing is still my fave, but this is really solid. I do, however, want to give a shout out to Westbound and Down Brewing. Matt, did you ever try any Westbound? So they're originally from Idaho Springs, which is in Colorado.
Oh shit, they're from Idaho Springs?
Yeah, they're from Idaho Springs.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Lunch there. Oh.
did you guys stop there during your trip?
Yeah, right before we got caught in traffic, we went to Bojo's, got some Colorado
Oh,
style
that's
pizza.
where you did Bojo's. Okay, yeah. So they're originally out of Idaho Springs, but they also have a location in Denver. And I had had a couple of their sours before at some event in Fort Collins, but on Monday I was at a jam, and one of the beers that they had at this like little cafe place in town, really cool spot, was Westbound and Down Juice Caboose, which was really excellent. So I don't know how much distribution they do, but this was really delicious. It was, I think partially I loved it so much because Mosaic is one of the hops on it. Yeah, just NA was what was in the fridge, but I did enjoy a really nice Westbound earlier this week.
All right. Very good.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I sent you guys last Thursday or Friday, maybe, just like a picture from a brewery, but it was of a case of cards. So Other Half's new brewery concept they opened, which is coincidentally um, half a mile down the road from where we're going to get married, has like a trading card proponent. They have a partner there who's selling trading cards. And so he had a bunch of vintage cards there for sale for cheap.
Wow.
So I was going to send each of you guys some. We can open them up on the podcast and see what we get. They're all from between 89 and 91. Oh, 92.
Okay.
And one of you two is going to get the a pack with some bubble gum in it. So
Fuck yeah. Okay.
That'll be some good tasting bubblegum.
Yeah.
12,
Oh, I love
12
this.
picture cards and one gum stick. So we've got some score baseball cards. We've got some Upper Deck. We've got some what is this brand? Leaf Set. Don't know what Leaf Set is, but yeah. So
You guys know how I love like quoting movies and TV shows and things like that. And one of my favorite ones is Lucy from Peanuts, from the Charlie Brown, things. In the Christmas one, Schroeder is playing some Beethoven, song or
very
whatever.
least.
He's going on and on about how Beethoven's great, and Lucy's like, "Well, did he have his name on the back of a bubblegum card? How could you be so great if you've never had your name on the back of a bubblegum card?" That's what anytime somebody gets too big, I'm like, "Did you have your name on the back of a bubblegum card?"
That's good.
I mean, you never know. Like this guy had all sorts of cards there. He had Cheers trading cards. He had hockey trading cards. He had all sorts of stuff. So
Wow.
There probably are classical music like composer trading cards that have been made at some point in history. Probably not like widely made, but I bet they exist. It would be kind of funny to see that.
I mean, we're gonna go into this right now. Let's see. Because I do have a bunch of random cards from my youth. That's just like ridiculous shit that I didn't know what to do with. That my mom was like, "You should take these." So there are U.S. Olympic Series Hall of Fame cards. So John Neighbor,
Oh wow.
John Phillips Neighbor. So I've got some weird shit in here like that.
That's a household name.
A mug. Who's this? No, J.R. Reed. Some basketball cards. What else was some weird shit I had in here? Oh, some old, really tall football cards. Cornelius Bennett, that ring a name to you guys?
No.
Was it? Maybe it was Joe Paz who was talking about the really tall cards. I'd never even heard of that before, but Matt has them, so I guess they're real.
And then,
Yeah.
This is a good series. Oh, man. Well, first of all, a post-serial John Kruk. But Coca-Cola Monsters of the Gridiron.
Ah.
So, Marshall Falk, The Missile. Hardy Nickerson. Shane Colin. Stop me if you know any of these names.
I mean, I remember Marshall Falk. I don't remember the other two.
Yeah.
Emmett Smith, the Lone Star Sheriff.
Okay, Emmett, of course. Sure.
Ray Childress. Cortez Kennedy. Eric Turner. Neil O'Donnell. I do remember that name.
Not me. Sounds like a good Irish boy.
Randall Cunningham, that's a good one.
Sure, Cunningham.
This guy's got a little snake head on him, Cobra. Come on, going to focus.
Wow, fascinating cards. Okay.
Well, we'll have to dive into those sometime too. But anyway, the old
fun.
trading card box.
No, it would be fun. I like your baseball card idea. I haven't opened a pack of cards in I don't know how long. I'm sure that nostalgia will be flooding through my brain for that. So I love it.
You might get Wine Rack excited.
I might get Wine Rack excited. You never know. 1989 to 1992. Maybe if I pull out a nice Kevin Moss card or something like that, I might lose my shit. Mike Stanley,
I'm looking for a Mickey Tettleton personally.
There we go. Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah. So we'll
Sweet.
see how that goes.
Yeah, I think that's great. So wait, what was so is the concept, Matt, that you're talking about with the other half thing or whatever that's going to be half a mile from the wedding is to sell vintage trading cards at
It's so they just have a display case, yeah, with vintage trading cards and new trading cards. He's
okay.
got a couple of like new trading cards that were like $19 for a pack of four.
Oh, okay.
Like holy shit! But yeah,
Yeah.
I asked him because we went there in their first day open. But I was like, I'm sorry if you've got this like a lot of the time today, but like what's behind this all? And he was like, I met so and so, the one of the owners of Human Robot at like a card convention. We were both geeking out about how much we liked it, and then like we were opening cards there, and then we were like opening cards at the Seed, which is a really popular brewery at Atlantic City where the convention was. And we thought like, what's better than just like sitting having a beer, opening some packs? So we decided to do that here. So what's also really cool about it, what I like, so if you remember, the three of us went to we went to you can't really see it.
Colin will
The
remember. I won't.
McKellar. Well, we went to the McKellar Brewery after the Mets game. And they have a very specific art style. It's a very specific artist they work with. And he does all sorts of things, not just for breweries, but he's working with this. And again, I wish you could see it, but like maybe I'll
Yeah,
find it
we'll
online.
zoom in. I won't focus properly. Okay.
But so yeah, that's called Doubles is the name of the place, and it's like double trading cards or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
I have a memory of going somewhere after the game that was cool, but pretty crowded and loud with a bit
That
of a
was it.
line. Is that it? Is that the one?
yeah, that's it.
Holy shit. I remember it. That's amazing. So proud of myself. That was like 7 years ago.
So yeah, the artist's name is Keith Shore, and he does all sorts of these like really distinct drawings. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. Just because. Come on, let's see. Share screen. No, this one. You seeing this? Is it? No, not that one. Shoot.
Belly with a bases loaded ground out.
So he does a very, very very distinct style, and he's doing. Oh, that's it. That's all they're going to show for Keith Shore. Come on.
No.
Anyway,
We can still kind of get a sense of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all right.
That's
Well,
cool.
I'll stop ruining the podcast for tonight.
No, that's cool. I like it. Yeah. Sweet.
Well, boys, since the last time we chatted for a podcast, a lot has changed. The Yankees are no longer in first place. Juan Soto's hurt. Aaron Judge is hurt. Ronald Acuna's hurt.
Yeah.
The All-Star game has happened. The trade deadline is tomorrow. And although it has been relatively quiet, I just took a quick peek, and there's been a little bit of activity starting tonight. The Angels added a couple relievers. The Mets, sources say, traded for that Helsley from the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, nothing huge, right? For the deadline yet. I mean, nothing's going to top Devers, obviously.
Eugenio is still with the Diamondbacks, right?
Yep.
Cabrian Hayes went to the Reds.
Yeah, I saw that. He's just a glove, though. His bat's nothing special. There's just, and this is what we talk about this all the time. And I think the trade deadline is a combination of the way that free agency is set up, but also the expanded playoffs in the sense that teams, even that if they're like 3.5 games out and they have 5 teams to hop over, they still think they can make it, into the postseason. But at the same time, that doesn't change the fact that because of the way free agency is set up and the way that teams are locking up their young stars earlier for quote unquote team friendly contracts, the big names aren't aren't moving. They're not available. They're not, out there like they were when we were kids, and the trade deadline was a big thing, every single year. So I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a couple trades, at least one or two over the next. It's less than 24 hours now. The deadline's at 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, and it's 8:07 Eastern right now. But I don't think I don't think this has been a particularly exciting deadline so far. I don't think any team has gotten significantly better, and maybe that speaks to the depth that some of these teams have. That we're talking about margin trades for the most part, but I also just think it speaks to the lack of impact players out on the market.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that. And I also think a lot of what you're saying, I think you're right about the expanded playoffs. I think there are a lot of mediocre teams who probably aren't going to make the playoffs, but because they are
Just
somewhere, yeah, exactly, because they are somewhere near 500, they don't want to just totally be sellers. And yeah, it's a weird thing. And to me, it's like almost kind of annoying because I want to see some bold moves and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
But it might just be the new reality for now, at least as long as we have the expanded playoffs.
Well, the expanded playoffs aren't going anywhere, so it's
Right,
like,
yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
do you change the structure so that, because this has kind of been the reality of free agency too, is that it's just not as part of it is because we can be online all the time and refresh MLB trade rumors and X and everything, and you it's hard to get surprised when you're constantly you know
Yeah.
putting that stuff in front of your eyes and everything. But um, I just do think it's the model and the way that it's set up now is that the impact players just aren't as readily available as they used to be, and so that makes it harder for them for teams to sign impact players in the off season, and that makes it harder for teams to move players to feel like that they're going to get that value from moving a player, um because every team acts kind of the same way, right? Like they all have the same, it's a group think, except for the Dodgers maybe, and so they're all like, yeah, we get it, why would you give up that for 7 prospects or whatever. And so those wild deals just don't happen anymore. And I don't know, I I don't want to be that person to like make it go back or anything, but I think baseball has a lot of problems that get magnified in like the worst times for the sport. And I think it's like more than the product itself, is that's what drives fans away. Like the fact that they don't have an exciting free agency period like football does, like basketball does. The fact that one player can't really, change a team the way that a quarterback can, or somebody on a basketball team can. Um, and in the
Yeah.
injuries, like it's it the injuries I think have ticked up in all sports, but I mean when you're talking about not just pitchers, but you're talking about your star position players not being available on a regular basis, like
Yep.
what? And the question is, what is baseball doing to try and fix these things?
Yeah.
And the answer is nothing.
Yeah.
They're worried about a salary cap.
Yeah.
That's what they're focused on, and it makes absolutely no sense for a number of reasons, but it also doesn't address like all the actual problems that baseball faces as a product off the field. On the field, I think they have a good product right now. Average notwithstanding, I think we'd like to see a little bit more, action in terms of hits and things like that. But the game's faster. The athletes are obviously better than ever when they're healthy and they're on the field. So it's like, I just don't understand why baseball, and why maybe sports as a whole, they're not doing more to think, what can we actually be doing to make the product better. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I've got a proposal. Let's call it the Colorado Rocky Rule. If you do not have 30 wins by the trade deadline, your season ends, and your roster is your the rest of the teams in the league by randomized lottery. You get to pick one person each off of your 40-man roster for the rest of the season, and fuck it, call up your entire AAA team and have them play the rest of your season schedule. Because what the fuck difference is there between what's playing on that field now and their AAA affiliate?
Oh my god, that would be
That's
wild.
that's hilarious. And I
No,
hadn't even
that's
like
just me
looked
being sour.
recently.
But yeah, 29 wins right now.
Oh, I only see 28. Did they win today?
28. Oh, maybe it's 28. Yeah,
Okay. I
they're
didn't even
losing
think
right
about that, but
now.
that's
So
yeah. That's insane. No, not to not be, and they won't be. They have no chance. They not have 30 wins by the trade deadline. Holy fuck. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That's hilarious. But are you guys hearing me okay, or did it get really laggy again?
no, you're good.
yeah,
Oh,
really
okay.
laggy. You're always really laggy.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is Kyle, you bring up like a lot of really, I think, important points, and it's really upsetting that baseball doesn't seem to want to address it. And the injury thing is really interesting because the one thing we know that sort of sets baseball apart from other sports, well, I mean, plenty of things, but one really kind of big obvious thing is the schedule and the number of games. I mean, it's literally double the number of games, right? I think basketball and hockey both do 81. Is that right?
82 or 81.
Okay. So we're talking about
82.
literally double. Okay. Now, granted, we know that baseball is not quite as physically taxing in terms of the actual performance of it as, say, basketball or hockey or football. However, there does seem to be something happening with the grind of it, the 162 game season plus the daily grind over 6 months, that is causing a lot of really problematic injuries to all the star players, like you're saying, and it does go beyond the pitchers. It goes beyond the pitchers. And so now it would be interesting to like compare this to when we were kids, right? Like I just don't remember. But regardless, medicine and science are at their highest levels they've ever been.
Mhm.
So why is this happening with such frequency? It should be going in the other direction, shouldn't it? And like, you started off at the beginning talking about like Judge and Soto and Acuna are all out. Now, granted, right now, I don't know about Soto, but like Judge and Acuna are just on the 10-day IL for now. But it could easily go longer in both cases.
Mhm.
And that's like horrible for the league. And of course, Shohei didn't pitch for like a year and a half or whatever it was. Granted, we got to still see him hit, but like we are losing huge areas of attraction to this sport. Yeah, and you would
Think
think
about.
maybe, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
I was gonna say to add to the injuries. Think about all the time Trout is missed.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Alvarez has been out like all season. Kyle
Yeah,
Tucker missed a big chunk last season. Like
yeah,
the big time position players.
right, right. And so clearly something is happening that the demand of the season and the conditioning is not meeting the needs, or something is happening, right? And you would think MLB would maybe set up some sort of independent uh consulting group, or hire some outside group that is at the forefront of this to come in and like, I don't know, do something. Try to fucking figure this out. And I mean, it's funny you mentioned Trout. I was just looking him up like literally last night or this morning, because I saw a headline. I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah, yeah.
benches cleared with the Rangers and the Angels. The Angels got hit 4 times, and Trouty, I think, was the fourth player that got hit. And nobody thought it was intentional, but they were still. Everybody was kind of, was feeling kind of pissed apparently. And I was looking
Need
up
to get some
Trouty's.
jogging in.
What's that?
The pitchers needed to get some jogging in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I was looking at Trouty's numbers, and he's having actually a decent year this year. His OPS is like 825, and his OPS plus is 128 for a regular run-of-the-mill baseball player, that's actually like a really good year. A 128 OPS plus, you're 28% above league average as a hitter. That's fantastic. But for Trouty, it's obviously nothing compared to what he was, and he's still only like 33. And I was looking at his career, and it's literally from like ages 20 to 26 or something, where he was like a, top 10 player of all time. But then holy fuck has it fallen off because of injuries. And man, that's depressing. And now, granted, some people are just really injury prone. We know this from sports in general, blah, blah, blah. But what if there is something out there with some sort of, advance in the worlds of science and medicine that could be used? And Kyle, I think you wrote a column about this, which I haven't had a chance to read yet. And I wonder if that's where you
Yeah.
were headed. But I'd love to, you should talk about it. But like you're exactly right. It's really it's devastating for the game. And think about G, who's just came up to bat here, And granted, he might be one of those people. He's just seemingly made of glass or something. But also, he's one of like the most impressive athletes like to ever play baseball. And how exciting is it when he is on and feeling good? Like if he had the ability to stay healthy for a lot of his career, how great for baseball would that have been? I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing like seeing him hit 480-foot fucking homers. I mean, it's one of the most amazing things ever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And Matt, I'm interested, to hear what you have to say about it too, because like what Ethan said, I did write a column today on this, and one of the big things, so I think all three of us can agree that the most tired conversation out there is what steroids did to quote unquote ruin the game of baseball,
Yes.
right? And so you see that tired, wired thing, online all the time. And my wired is I want to talk about how PEDs can potentially help athletes. And I stuck with baseball specifically because when I heard the Acuna news last night, I was like pretty bummed. And I've seen that, since then it's a grade 1 calf strain, but he seemed like, he said, I'm worried, last night.
Yeah.
And
Like tears, apparently.
yeah, and everything. And I was bummed. And, Judge had already gotten hurt. And then I found out about Soto and whatever. And I'm like, we hear about the max out culture, right, for pitchers, where they're just throwing every pitch as hard as they can. And I think you can safely say that that's pretty much how most athletes operate these days, right? Is they're maxing out every single play, whatever it is, because the pressure, the investment, the money, the fan expectations, like the fans expect 110% every single game, and whatever. And I just started to think, I'm like, the human body can only do so much. And I think G is probably a really good example of that, and Trout, too. And yeah, it's like, why can't we find, like you said, Ethan, an opportunity to, utilize something that can help the players? And the thing I found was a study, a doctor did a study on ACL tears and how HGH can either help or hurt their recovery. And obviously what we know from HGH is it's going to help and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sam.
Zucchini bread. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. That looks
looks
good.
delicious.
Ooh, with
Yeah.
she used big chocolate chips.
Yeah, so we know HGH, what it is. I don't think I need to, go into detail, but how the study was conducted, is there. So the guardrails put in place were the athletes could only receive HGH treatment during their recovery, their rehab. Once they got back onto the court or onto the field or whatever it was, no more. You can't keep taking it. You can't keep using it. And it was like a 29% increase of muscle strength and recovery by utilizing it in that way. And I can't imagine a world where. So here's the thing, and I gave MLB props. I was like, their testing, I think, is good. their process is good for how they test for PEDs. So if you're confident that you can catch people if they're cheating, why not allow them the opportunity to utilize modern science and technology to say, hey, we are only going to give this to players during recovery if they want it. You know, it's an optional thing. And once recovery is over, once they're back on the active roster, no more. You're going to get tested the same way that you always have been throughout this program that got instituted in 2007 or whenever it was. And that's the only difference is like, hey, and I just picked HGH. Maybe there's a better PED out there or something like that. But I'm like, why can't we help out the athletes? Like, why can't we say enough is enough on their bodies? They can only do so much. And if we want them to be out there, we have to be willing to sacrifice something. We have to be willing to give them something. We cannot expect them to just utilize their body and perform at the levels that we are seeing right now on a consistent basis. Like Odell Beckham Jr. is somebody who came to mind too, like in football, couldn't stay healthy, you know, and everything. I'm sure there's one in basketball that I can't, you know, think of right away, and everything. But that's kind of where I'm coming from is it's like, yes, utilize medicine, but also what are we doing? Like what, why are we're almost like killing these players to just try and do it all on their own. And I get it. They get paid a lot of money and they got great trainers and strength and conditioning and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like, especially baseball with the grind of the 162 game season, but I think all sports would benefit from implementing PEDs in a way that isn't harmful in the way that they get talked about, you know, from the past.
But Colin, Babe Ruth did it all on hot dogs and beer.
Yeah, but Babe Ruth wasn't. I know. And what I would say is Babe Ruth wasn't giving 110% every single day, and I think that has been well documented.
Well, so here's my thoughts. Two prongs. The nature of baseball in and of itself, right? You're standing for 95% of the time, unless you're a pitcher and a catcher. You're standing still, and so, you know, you are literally going from cold to hot, no nonstop,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah, right.
as much as you try and warm up and jog out your position and throw a couple long tosses, right? You could be in right field during the longest, you know, during a Kayagawa Walk Fest. I couldn't think of a better name. And then suddenly, right, there could be a sac fly hit to you, and you not from 20 minutes of cold, you need to uncork a ball as hard as you can throw it, right?
Yeah.
So that is number one, I'd say, where there's a difference when Robbie Cano would take a playoff jogging to first versus LeBron would take a playoff on the court, right? If LeBron's taking a playoff, he just may jog up the court a little bit slower than everyone else, right? But he's still on the court. He's still jogging. He's still constantly moving his time out there versus, you know, baseball. Again, even when you're batting, right, you're every 30 seconds, you're trying to harness quick twitch muscles, and then you're maybe sprinting as fast as you can, but most of the time you're not. So that's a problem with the game, right? With
Interesting, yeah.
With the max outside of things, you know, I think it's you're more susceptible to that in baseball. Now that only accounts for, right, the strains and the tears, right? On the other side, think of how violent a pitching delivery is, you know, compared to back in the days when it's Sandy Koufax and the woo, like, no, now you've got guys that are violently throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So that was, Colin, more to your point, and you know we should know this from a science standpoint. And I'd love to have a dear friend of mine's mother is actually, she was the department chair for mechanical engineering, mechanical and aerospace engineering at Case, and she studied like body mechanics and her field of research was all around like implants, right? But think about like she can calculate like the moment of force that a bone can take, right? Like the average bone can take, you know, I don't know, 50 pounds of force per square inch. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I don't know, but like there is a number there that, call it 99% of the public's never going to get to. But if you are, oh, who might, trying to think of a fireballer right now who throws hard all the time.
Mason Miller.
If you're Mason Miller, you might be approaching that every time you release the ball.
Yeah.
Or think of the violence of a snap for a curveball, right? Like you are literally trying to snap. Like you are accelerating and then stopping your joints. So, not to say that doesn't
have
happen.
you ever, Matt? Have you ever seen? I'll try to find it if you haven't. But when you're talking about that, my elbow was hurting. Have you ever seen the video they've shown of Andy Pettit's elbow?
No.
Oh man, they did like a slow-mo, whatever. It must have been like toward later in his career, and it was disgusting looking, like seeing the ligaments and everything,
Yeah.
just on the outside.
I mean, and that's on a delivery that's successful, right?
Yeah.
How many videos are out there? And occasionally it pops up, and I watch it. I don't know why. Where you just see a pitcher, and there's one of the guy he's playing for the Blue Jays, and I remember he delivers the ball, and then immediately starts screaming, like you've seen that, right? Like you remember, like I can't remember the name of the pitcher. I'll look it up in a bit, but he delivers the ball, and something is wrong, and he immediately starts screaming, and his career's over. There's I think a Rays player that happened to too, where it's like we are approaching that limit of what our bodies can physically handle, even if you're on the one in 100,000 who's got super freaky human genes, right? Like, so you've got kind of a start stop sport, and you've got very very a huge reliance on fast twitch muscles. And aggressive deliveries and aggressive movements when you're not always potentially warmed up or like, right? Not to say that doesn't happen in the NFL, right? But, the NFL, even with its start, stop, play to play to play, is still consistently the guys are moving and running and doing something. Same in the NFL, same in tennis, same in, or excuse me, the NBA, right? I think baseball is unique there. I don't know. That's my 2 cents there. Go ahead, Ethan.
Two things. First of all, while you were talking about that, I got a notification from MLB. I get breaking news notifications. No, that was earlier. Ohtani just exited his start in the 4th inning after being visited on the mound by the Dodgers trainer. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's not a big deal, but just you were in the middle of talking about that, and that came in, and I thought, wow, how about that? And then the second thing is, and you kind of alluded to this a little bit, after what you were just saying, I'm like, we need to do, because I mentioned Mason Miller, but really the obvious answer is Aroldis Chapman. And there should be like a special study done on him because he has thrown by far the most 100-mile-per-hour fastballs in recorded history. It's not even close. Joe Paz has written about it before. And he's like 38 and still doing it. And I can't remember, maybe you guys do. I don't know that he ever missed a significant amount of time with like an elbow injury or a shoulder injury. How the fuck has he done that? Maybe he is just one of these like freaks whose body is like,
he is a workout fiend, right? He is.
Yeah, but I think even with that, he's the exception to the rule.
Oh,
they're
absolutely.
all workout fiends.
Yeah, they
So
talk
maybe
about
he's
him
just
like
another
talk about
level.
Luke Voigt, right? Like,
right, exactly.
didn't want to get him out of the gym, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but holy shit. Yeah, he's 37 now, and he's having an amazing year with the Red Sox. I'm looking at it right now. He's been fantastic. And let's see, I'm looking through his career. He has been
I can't remember
remarkably consistent.
Yeah.
Remarkably. Yeah, they're really amazing. So, anyways, Matt, I think those are really, really interesting points.
Yeah, and I wish I knew more, right? Like I wish, I'm just thinking from an engineering perspective of you can calculate the the you know the characteristics of an I-beam, right? You can also do the same for bone, right? And there's going to be a lot more factors that we may not be able to measure for a bone, porosity and the lifestyle the person's lived, and mineral or the nutrients they're getting, right? But there's also characteristics that you measure, for an I-beam, right? Crystalline structure, the different metals that are in there, right? Like, oh, is this did we add some vanadium and cobalt and nickel to it to make it a special grade, right? Versus is it just cheap steel that we're churning out as quick as we can, right? There's things we can learn and we can kind of try and figure out, but again, I think baseball is especially unique.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think all of that just points to it's not even thinking outside the box, because that's a dumb phrase, but it's like we need to do something for the players. Like,
That's very inside the box type of thought process right there. Shout out Mr. Osinski and the Inside the Box project in 9th grade. Ethan knows what I'm talking about.
I don't really remember it, but I'm sure if you talked about it, I'd have some vague recollection.
The project had to fit inside a box.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry, Colin.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm just so tired of all these great players in every sport. It's such a letdown, and injuries are part of sports. I get that. And again, I'm not suggesting that people use PEDs in the way that baseball players
like
did
Bonds and McGuire and
in
so
the 90s. Yeah. I'm suggesting guardrails, continued testing, and let's see if that helps keep players safe and healthy.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see how this correlates to other high stress industries or other high stress occupations. Like, how is this different than someone swinging a sledgehammer? How is this different from, say, a very high energetic performance that Andrew Scott's giving in a play or a movie, right? Where he's really giving it his all, and he's out there and he's emoting and he's acting his ass off, right? Maybe there are some fast twitch, jerky movements on stage. Just, do actors get hurt? Does Andrew have to, maybe take HGH as well as part of his acting regimen? I don't know, right? Like, I'd love to see how that compares.
We have to get a sound effect.
I'll watch Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man a little bit closer, which debuts this December with Andrew Scott in it, to see if I can maybe draw some parallel between our professional performers.
Very valuable work to do. Yeah, I think that's good.
You guys, you thought I might have forgot, but I didn't.
I forgot about it. So that is very good. Yeah, you're very skilled with that.
We're here with our list for our listeners, so
that's right.
And Matt's got a particularly interested listener in that topic.
Yeah, and I can't believe she listens to every one, because we saw each other in person, me and Matt and Sam, a few weeks ago, and we were talking about it, and she listens to every episode. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, my God, why do you put yourself through this? And she said she likes it.
She gives us more credit than I think we deserve. Every Wednesday she'll ask, like, or every other Wednesday, like, what are you guys going to talk about tonight? And it's like, I don't know, baseball
and beer, and then we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to sprinkle it in here or there, right?
Oh man,
just,
amazing.
Just to make sure our listeners know we're here for them.
That's right.
Right. Even when we don't podcast for like a month or however.
Yeah, but
it's been a long time.
I got to see Ethan in person, and
which was great.
Life was happening for all of us.
That's true.
Colin's been going through lots of shitty life events all at once. I've got quitting and starting a new job. Ethan's got a big life event coming up as well, and he took the time out of his daily routine to show us Fort Collins, which was just lovely city. I mean, it's just I see why you guys like it so much. Like, it was very nice.
Yeah.
Like I was joking with Sam, like, you can get that type of feeling in Philadelphia, but it's like for a block.
Mm-hmm.
And you get off the block, and it's like, all right, like, like now this feels a little skeevy now. But like Fort Collins, just that whole it was like 7 or 8 blocks by 7 or 8 blocks downtown of just
Yeah.
nice shops and restaurants and culture and people and artists and
Is that
murals and
part of
ice
the?
cream.
Mm-hmm.
Is that part of the town, like part of the college area too?
It's a little north of the college. You could walk from the campus to it's called Old Town, the this nice downtown area that Matt's talking about. You could walk there from campus. It'd be a bit of a walk, but you could do it. Um, and so they're I
Yeah,
mean
I,
they're
w- I
close
was
enough. Yeah.
I was just wondering if it was like part of campus.
Yeah, not exactly. Although
Yeah.
the area right by campus is also pretty nice. I mean, I think about like, Ithaca College, right, where I did my undergrad, and we were up on this hill, and if you wanted to go into town, it was, a bit of an excursion. And whereas CSU, even just bordering campus is like kind of a cool couple of blocks, let alone Old Town, just a few blocks north. I wonder how any of these kids like get anything done, especially with like weed being legal here and shit, and then it's like a really cute town, 300 days of sunshine a year. I mean, I'm like, it's pretty fucking
No
impressive that
humidity
anybody.
ever.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a pretty great place, and I get the sense that a lot of people, despite the cost of living, I think a lot of people come to school here, whether for undergrad or grad, whatever, they come to school here and they end up staying, even if their career won't advance that much, they end up staying just because they love it. It's a nice place to live. So yeah, I definitely feel grateful, and I'm glad that you guys got to come and we could show you at least a little bit of it. So
Speaking of that hill in Ithaca, my parents still give me shit for the one time I took them down the back road from near campus to where the Five Guys was. They
oh
still give me a
yeah,
I thought that
really.
was a nice little shortcut.
Yeah, I don't. What was it?
Yeah.
Was it just kind of curvy, right? I don't remember. It wasn't like it was
It
a.
was steep and some cliffs and
Yeah,
nothing terrible.
right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. But I can kind of picture it now. That's funny. I wonder if that Five Guys is still there, right on that road there, because I can picture that because we went there a bunch of times over those years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I can picture that Five Guys. Funnily enough, yeah. Anyways, what do we have anything else on the docket?
I'm
Checking
drinking
to see
another
if
New
any
Zealand hop
trades.
beer.
Another New
A
Zealand hop. What's this one?
sport you don't hear a lot of injuries in is rugby, and this is Juice Scrum with a
Juice
Mm.
little
Scrum.
kiwi on the guy's shoulder and some rugby, and it's a Superdelic Rawaka Nectarone and Motueka beer. So
Ooh,
um, yeah, another New Zealand week
yeah,
hopped beer. So
nice. That's awesome. Oh, another highlight from Matt's trip is that because I've talked about this place so much on the pod, my favorite place in town, Stodgy Brewing, and I got to take Matt and Sam, which was what a joy that was. So that was
yeah, I wish we could
fantastic.
have stayed and drank a little bit more, but we had dinner to go eat, and
Yeah, we did get to
yeah,
share 2 bottles of Casey together in person, though, which was pretty
Mm.
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, two really good ones.
yeah. So that was really nice. Yeah, that was a great visit. So we got a
My
yeah.
my cellar's pretty low, but I'm hanging on to a Floodlands to have with you at some point, Ethan.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Maybe if you get your butt out here. So,
Yeah.
um, which I should have sent. I sent it to Colin. Colin, keep an eye on your mail, but I should have sent it to you too. I released my first edition of the Glenside Gazette,
Ooh.
um, and I won't spoil the headline, but we also included an ad to come visit Glenside in there. So um, it included the picture of the friendly neighborhood cat
Yeah.
and the theater downtown and in our house, and
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
that's fun. That's cool.
so
Yeah.
that's like Colin's got his Substack. That's my little way of keeping in my college friends here.
Yeah.
We had the last one on the fridge forever.
Yeah, yeah. This one loosely makes fun of the last one. So um, 'cause the last one is the one I wrote.
Dirtbagger no more. I just remember
Yeah.
that being the headline.
So yeah, the last one was final edition of the Mushroom Kingdom Gazette because I was moving and changing jobs, and now there's an appropriate headline on this one. So
Okay. Can't wait for it.
Nice.
But yeah, Colin, I didn't make it down to North Carolina for Memorial Day this year, so hopefully when I'm down that way for work, I can swing down and see you.
Yeah.
It might be actually, it might be easier for me to fly into Raleigh, and if I do that, I can pop over and see you guys or something. But
do you know yet when or if?
No.
Yeah.
I'll be in at the Virginia plants probably in September. So I've got Rochester and Connecticut in August, Virginia in September, and then Maine in October. So
All over the Northeast. Well,
Yeah.
all over the East, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Belly's up. We're down 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Oop, he ripped one.
He already kicked out.
No. Right at the
Yeah,
right
you're
fielder.
You're way behind.
Oh, is my feed way behind? Okay.
Yeah.
Fireboon, Matt says.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that next time when they're maybe like 14 games out of first place or something.
Before we go, I saw something today that in the last 40 games, maybe, we have the third worst record in baseball, something like that. It was either last 40 games or since a certain date. Yeah.
The other day when they won, was that Sunday? Yeah, because then they lost Monday, won Tuesday. I think they were like 15-23 was their record.
It was 16-24 is what I saw on this graphic.
Yeah. So
rough.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
It's a long season. It's a marathon.
It is.
Okay, Boone. Yeah, we got some tightening up to do with the defense.
Yeah.
That's an understatement, Matt.
Ugh. Isn't that what he said after the bad Blue Jays game?
I'm sure.
Tighten things up. Yeah,
I think that is what he said. I think he just doesn't want to go after everybody in public. I imagine that in the clubhouse he is speaking a little bit more sternly than what he gives to reporters, but who knows?
My favorite is when he blamed the bad defense on being in Canada.
Oh, what was that he said?
I don't know. He said something about it. It was just bad 3 games, 7 games, whatever. When they the full.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. That's right. Yeah, he said something about like we felt good about our defense all year, but for whatever reason, these games in Toronto have just not been good. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. All right, boys. Well, what shout outs you got?
Well, I gave a shout out to Westbound and Down Brewing when I was talking about my beers, so I'll stick to that.
I'm thinking. Oh man, I'm coming up blank. I got to get something.
Colin, what do you got? Let Matt think a little more.
Yeah, keep thinking.
I know our listeners just love this.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best stuff that we do, I think.
I'll give a shout out to my niece Sadie, who turned 2 on Friday, and we got to celebrate her birthday this past weekend. And then I will also give a shout out to my daughter Stella.
You can't say niece without saying daughter.
Yeah, that when she's listening to this podcast 40 years from now, when they're playing it and saying, "Wow, these guys were revolutionary." Happy 5th birthday to my oldest daughter, who
can't fucking believe
had,
it.
A tremendous birthday and still has her birthday party coming up on Saturday. So it's always great when you're the first grandchild on both sides of the family. It's a big win.
Wow.
Shout
5 and 2.
Shout out to brother Jeremy. I exchanged a couple texts with him today, and
oh, nice.
Good to hear from him. And yeah, some interesting stuff cooking with him. So yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, boys.
Sweet, we did it.
Well,
We're back.
Friday is August, and actually today is 1 month exactly until Penn State kicks off their national title hunt for 2025 against
Already?
Nevada.
Holy shit! I can't believe it.
August 30th.
Wow.
Wait, what's today? Yeah, the 30th.
Yeah. That's nuts.
1 month today, we are
Overrated.
number one.
Overrated already. Preseason number one overrated. More overrated than Jerry McNamara was.
Oh, that's a
More
good one.
overrated than Anthony Volpe's mom's chicken parm.
What about Danny DeVito's chicken parm? Wasn't that a big one?
Nah, he's good.